That is a request, and it is a Rainbow Deco French design. And the first step is to polish your nails in a chrome tone. This is a lilac chrome tone. It's called Sheer Lilac by Clean Color. This was a lovely gift from Nancy with Pretty and Polished. If you haven't checked out her channel, please do. So you're going to polish your nails and let them dry. And you're going to begin to polish all of your nails except for your ring finger in a French. And it's going to be like this with a small smile, which just means that your curves are going to come in here on the sides there. And you can do this thicker or a little thinner depending on the length of your nail. This design looks good on really short nails too. You just have to adjust the size of everything. And in your Deco design, you just wouldn't have as many lines. And you can put Deco on your thumb as well. I like to just have it on the ring finger because it's a little bit busy. So it's going to look like this when you're done. And the black that I used was Sally Hansen, again, Blackout. Black, you don't want it to be super expensive if you're going to use a ton of it. So the next thing you're to do is to get a striper brush or a striper polish in black. And this is going to vary just a little from the original picture that will also be shown here. You're going to draw a line off center to the side like this on your nail, and then you're going to draw a line kind of going across the nail, and then you're going to take your striper brush and you're going to create some angles like this. And you just want to draw a few lines in because you're going to color them. And the more lines you do, the more Deco it is. The fewer lines, the brighter your color is going to show. And it's okay if things are a little messy because you are going to go back over your lines after you polish. This is just a guide right now. And of course you want to clean up your edges as you go. Now these are the colors that I used for my design. They can be other shades. They can be your favorite colors. They don't necessarily have to be these. This is Sour Grapes by Sinful Color Stripers. This is actually a Kiss polish. It's just the bright pink. It's called Bikini Pink. It came in a kit though. I think you have to buy like 3 in the kit to get it. This is my aqua color. It never had a tag. This is just green by Art Club, so I'm assuming this is probably just called blue or aqua blue. And this is called Orange Alert, and this is also Sinful Color. And I'm using the Midgie for my yellow, just because my yellow is going to be super small spots, but you can use a striper brush for your yellow too. It doesn't have to be the Midgie pen. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your pen or your brush and you're going to go in and select a space that you want to color a certain color. And again, the beauty of this is if you feel like your black is too large, you can color over it opaquely, because you are going to go back over it with the black anyway. So what you want to do is each color should hold 2 positions at least on the nail. If your nail is shorter and you're going with fewer blocks, of course you don't have to do that. But if it's this long or a little longer, you want to go with about 2 positions. To take another color and to go into another block. So this time I'm using my purple. And you just want to fill in the block. And for those of you who are a little less coordinated, this is another reason why drawing your line into color inside is great, because you can go back over and fix where you may have messed something up with the black as you go back. So it's no big deal. I'm just going to put this in this corner here. And I really like the purple, so I'm going to give it 3 places. If you're using brights that are translucent a little bit, you can polish the block white and then coat it with the color that you're using. And in the pink, I wanted it to hold the biggest block just because I don't want to put a ton of pink on here, but the pink really pops, so I'm giving it this larger space here. And just make sure you go over it enough that it's not streaky. And this is really, really, really easy. I know it seems kind of complicated just because of the amount of lines you're filling in, but really it's not, and it doesn't take very long. And a lot of colors will show up very vividly on these chrome tone polishes if you're using the pale ones. So a lot of times you won't have to do the white. And now the green. And the colors don't have to always be identical when you're doing this. And if you do this on all your nails, for example, you can change it up. They don't have to be the same. The whole fun in it is to just use the lines, and they come up different every time. And now we're going to take the aqua and just fill in this little block here. Now you want to give this a second to set a little bit before you go back over your line real quick, because you definitely want to not streak it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some striper brushes and we are going to line our fringe. So you want to take your 4 favorites out of your choices across the edge. And the easiest way to do it is to go across, meet in the middle, and then go across again. And you're just going to give it that little hint of color. And because the orange is so bright, I definitely want to use that. So what I'm going to do is I use the least of the blue in this nail, so I'm going to use the blue next to it. And that's just to pull it together a little more. Your choice of colors in their positions play a big role about the focus of the color. So if you're wanting to play off of a color, you want to use less of it and then put it in the stripes next to it. So they'll vary a little bit. And make sure your lines are really nice and full, that you're not streaking it, making them too thin. So we're basically finished, but we just need to go back over our lines here and then add top coat. And now's your chance too, if you find, especially when you use a midgie pen, if you find that your color isn't vibrant enough, you can go back over it. This is one of the most important parts. You're going to go back over your lines in black. And take time here, because you don't want to have to go back and redo the entire thing. Okay, so we showed you one way to do this on the ring finger, and I wanted to take a moment and redo the ring finger and show you another possible design for this the same rainbow idea. So I'm going to show you this one as well. So everything would be the same, and we're going to create our lines. And this one's just a little different from our original, because this one is actually going to be multicolored. So you're going to draw lines at an angle like a candy cane in your black. You're going to take your same striper colors that you were using originally, or different ones if you're trying to come up with a different look than before. And you want to fill in the lines with your striping colors, just like this. And the reason we wanted to polish the undertone of the nail, even though we're covering a majority of it up, is you want the tones to come out the same, and you want the opaqueness to be the same. And if you don't polish the body of the nail, it will be a little different. And we're just going to follow up the side of the nail here. And it's going to look like, now,
this.
Something else you can do with this, if you're really wanting to spruce it up and give it a little bit of flair that maybe you didn't have in your original design, is take a little bit of silver like this, and you're going to take a dotting tool. A medium to large dotting tool is the best, and across every other stripe you're going to put dots evenly spaced and approximately the same size. So it'll be 2 or 3 of your stripes, just like this. And then you'll just apply 2 coats of top coat. So I'll take a still shot of this too. I just wanted to include this as an extra option